We stepping slow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word, don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see, we begin where we are. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. Out past the cedar line we kneel where the chanterelles hide. Bitter greens and rosemary, moon white stems in soil and pine. Someone names the healing leaf, someone knows the mushroom sign. Someone tells a grand old tale, and we pass it down in time. Don't assume the wound is yours, don't invent the cloud. Speak with care and listen deep, let the circle be proud. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. And if the week has worn us thin, we bring it to the table. Soup and stories, cracked out laughs, the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom in the stew, in the herb jars, in our names. Every act of gentle care turns the dark into a flame. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. We are many, we are one. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys hold us close.
Cheers,
Hey,
everyone.
John.
Welcome to Mystic Journeys. HB, Derek, and Nerdy.
How's it going, guys?
How are you guys? Cheers. Hold
It's
us close.
Friday.
Hold us close, baby. Friday. You know what
Yeah.
that means.
It's friggin' Friday, man.
It's 5 agreement reading.
Yeah.
Where we left off was page 77 in the book. We'll start right back up there towards the top of the page. And we'll read through and finish up to chapter 7, I believe. Yeah. We'll get to chapter 7. We'll save chapter 7 for next week.
Cool.
Nice, man. Shout everybody out if you don't mind.
Yeah, I'm just
Appreciate y'all being here. Hit the like. Make sure to switch to all chat.
I was a little delayed on pulling up the chat here, so let's see. I like to pull up on a separate window so I can talk with myself. What was that, D?
I thought I had the book right there, and it's not in that pile. I had a little pile of books right there, and I thought I had it right there. So.
All right. How's it going, Trent? Mello, always awesome to see you. Ray Cook, caw. Shroom Digger, what's up, brother? Let's see, Oreo. Always, I love me some Oreo. Mint Oreo is probably my favorite, but I love me some Oreo.
My son just got some Oreos in the mail today from Amazon, and he was saying he was getting mint, and they ended up being cinnamon bun.
Cinnamon bun Oreos?
Yeah. Cinnamon bun Oreos and Reese's Oreos. We got 2 packs of Oreos. I like the Reese's ones. Those are pretty good.
I've tried the cinnamon bun ones. They're really good.
Yeah. So they are good.
Am I coming through clear for you guys, or am I lagging a little bit?
You're very clear right now, actually. You're going quite smooth. Yeah.
Perfect.
Look, very good. Yeah, we got a good crowd here already.
I appreciate everyone being here.
So, by the way, speaking of Oreos, what's your guys' favorite flavor? You said you like the Cinnabon one. I haven't tried that one.
The cinnamon bun ones are pretty good. I like the vanilla, but more than I like the chocolate. I'm not a super huge chocolate fan. So.
Yeah.
That Reese's is good.
Reese's Oreos?
Yeah.
How is the thing?
Mm-hmm.
It's just peanut butter.
And they make Oreo Reese's too, but the Oreo Reese's are Reese's Oreos. And Oreo Reese's are Reese's Oreos. That's how they are in the pack. If that makes sense to you.
I remember they did that with Coke. They did the Coke Oreos and then the Oreo flavored Coke. I was not a fan of either. But I appreciated their effort. They definitely
should just be left alone.
I still purchased at least one of each, so they got me there. I got to try it. I'm a sucker for novel, new flavors.
That's where they get people with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny because whenever I tried the cinnamon bun Oreos, I said that I was like, this is that thing that's really good, but people don't want to try it because it just doesn't look appetizing to them, so they never buy it. And then they throw it up on the shelves for discount before they get rid of it forever. But they're actually really good.
Yeah, you got to dip them in milk though. I got to have my Oreos with some milk. One of the weirdest flavors I ever had.
Sweet.
What's that?
If we're talking regular Oreos, I like the ones with the less filling. I think they're called thin or something. I like those instead of the double stuff. That's too much.
I agree.
Yeah. More cookie and less sugar.
Totally.
Stuff.
I am the same way, Derek. One of the weirdest flavors I ever had, I think, was Sour Patch Kids Oreos. They actually had little tiny bits of gummies inside the cookie. It was pretty wild.
That's weird.
Kind of like dirt and worms.
Yeah. But it was good. I enjoyed it. It was quite good.
You know what I'm talking about with the ice cream, custard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. Dirt and worms.
Yeah. All right. We'll do mushroom. I actually didn't load it up. I noticed as we were loading in, I was like, I didn't even put the mushroom up, but I have it on my phone. I have a couple of them picked out for the next couple episodes. And
That way you know
we
I
got
didn't cheat.
do a little bit of talk today. Hopefully, send Pete chat because he had a question for foraging mushrooms about our process, about how we do it and everything. So
I
we'll
almost
take answer those
forgot.
questions.
My mind was all over the place today. I totally forgot about. But yeah, I'm happy to touch on DNA sequencing on wild forage mushrooms, especially the little brown mushrooms are some of the best ones. But we can touch on that later,
Good, man.
especially when Sammy P is here, because I think Sammy P was the one that was specifically asking, right?
Yes, sir. If he shows up in the chat, then we'll save it for him. If he doesn't show up, then maybe we should just save this conversation. But
All right.
let's go ahead and just get into the reading if you guys are ready.
Yeah, let's go for it.
Last time I left off on page 77, I left off at the end of the last paragraph. In the process of the domestication, the belief system becomes the book of law that rules our lives. This picks up on the analogy of Santa Claus. In the process of domestication, the belief system becomes the book of law that rules our lives. When we follow the rule according to our book of law, we reward ourselves. When we don't follow the rules, we punish ourselves. The belief system becomes the big judge in our mind and also the greatest victim because first it judges us, then it punishes us. The big judge is made by symbols and it works with symbols to judge everything we perceive, including the symbols. The victim is the part of us that receives the judgment and suffers the punishment. When we interact with the outside dream, we judge and punish everyone and everything else according to our personal book of law. The big judge is doing a perfect job, of course, because we all agree with all those laws. The problem is that the belief system comes to life within us and uses our knowledge against us. It uses everything we know, all of our rules about how we have to live our lives to punish the victim, which is the human. It uses our language to create the self-judgment, the self-rejection, the guilt, the shame. It verbally abuses us and makes us miserable by creating our own personal demons and our personal dream of hell. There are so many symbols that we can use to say the same thing. The belief system rules the human life like a tyrant. It takes our freedom away from us and makes us its slave. It takes power over the real us, the human life, and it isn't even real. The real us stays hidden someplace in the mind, and the one who controls the mind at that point is everything we know, everything we agreed to believe. The human body, which is beautiful and perfect, becomes the victim of all the judgment and punishment, and it becomes just a vehicle where the mind acts and projects itself through the body. The belief system is in the realm of the mind, and we cannot see it or measure it, but we know that it exists. Perhaps we don't know that it's this structure perhaps we don't know that. One more time. You can do it, HP. Perhaps we don't know it is this structure only exists because we create it. Our creation is completely attached to us, and it follows us wherever we go. We've been living this way for so long that we don't even notice that we live in this structure. And even though the mind isn't real, it's virtual. It's also total power because it's also created by life. Then something is very important in the mastery of awareness is to become aware of our own creation. To be aware that it's alive. Every one of our beliefs, from a minimal one like the sound of a letter to a whole philosophy, is using our life force to survive. And if we could see our own mind in action, we would see millions of life forms, and we would see that they are giving life to our creation by giving it the power of our faith, by giving it all of our attention. We are using our life force to support the whole structure. And without us, these ideas could not exist. Without us, the whole structure would collapse. If we use the power, our imagination, we can see the creation of our personal mythology, the construction of our belief system, and the beginning of investing our faith in lies. And the process of all that construction and learning how we do and learning all that we do, there are three main concepts that contradict other concepts. There are so many different dreams that we build, and when we create so many structures, they go against one another in the annual differed. In that moment, our word is almost nothing, because when there are two forces going in opposite directions, the result is zero. When there is only one force going in one direction, the power is immense, and our intentions manifest just because we say so, just because our word has all the power of our faith. As children, we invest in our faith in almost everything that we learn, and this is how we lose power over our own lives. By the time we grow up, our faith is already invested in so many lies that we hardly have any power left to create the dream that we want to create. The belief system has all the power of our faith, and by the end of the equation, we remain with absolute zero faith and zero power. It's easy to see how we invest our faith in a symbol like Santa Claus, but it's not easy to see how we do the very same thing with every other symbol, every story, every opinion that we learn about ourselves, about everything. I think it's very important to understand, and the only way to understand is by being aware that this is what we are doing. If we have the awareness that we invest in our personal power and everything that we believe, perhaps it will be easy to take our power back from the symbols. And those symbols will no longer have any power over us. If we resymbol, the symbols become just symbols. Then they will obey the creator, which means the real us, and they will serve the real purpose to be a tool that we can use to communicate. And when we find out that Santa Claus isn't the truth, we no longer believe in Santa Claus, and the power we invest in that symbol returns to us. This is when we become aware that we are the one who agreed to believe in Santa Claus. And when we recover our awareness, we can see that we are the one who agreed to believe in the entire symbology. And if we are the one who put the power in our faith in every symbol, we are the one who can take that power back. And if we have this awareness, I think we can recover the power over everything that we believe and never lose control over our own creation. Once we can see that we are the one who creates the structure of our beliefs, this helps us to recover faith in ourselves. And when we have faith in ourselves instead of the belief system, we have no doubt where that power comes from, and we start to dismantle the structure. Once the structure of our belief system is no longer there, we become very flexible. We can create anything we want to create. We can do anything we want to do. We can invest our own faith in anything we want to believe, and it's our choice. If we no longer believe in all that we know that makes us suffer, then just like magic, our suffering disappears. And we don't need a lot of thinking. We need finish this up right there, guys. We're going to be chapter 7 is next. So.
Good stuff.
Opinions, thoughts.
You create the world that you are in by what you think about.
We talked a lot about that, huh?
Mm-hmm. It's all about it's like we always. We're all about the agreements here. So it's your agreements. You know, those are all those little tiny things that you think are holding you back. It's your agreements with those falsehoods you were just talking about, and a lot of it's just not even real. It's all
yeah, man. Exactly. There's a little bit in here about like being water, not fighting the direction, going with the direction, flowing with it.
I also like the part about how you get to choose what you believe in, or
that's nice.
And when you realize you get to choose what you believe in, you can start believing in yourself, and that was life changing for me. Once I decided to start believing in myself, I didn't. You don't need anyone's permission to be good. Just do it. Because
and that's why I like the fact that you brought up rumination.
Oh yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm not meaning to speak over you. I think I'm lagging a little bit over you.
You're good.
But that's why I like that you brought up rumination before, because if you're ruminating in those things, then you can't like move on from it in the future and get over it. And you know, a lot of that we do that victim blaming and put that mirror up to people, and everything we blame, we like everything that's wrong with us, we look and we call it out and project it.
You are cutting out quite a bit.
This is why the part that I have here. The belief system comes from the big judge in our mind, and also the greatest victim, because and it punishes us. The big judge is made by symbols, and it works with symbols to judge everything we perceive, including the symbols. The victim is a part of us that receives the judgment and suffers the punishment. And when we interact with the outside dream, we judge and punish everyone else according to our own personal book of law. So every judgment that we have that you don't like a person because they do this thing is all based on your own past experiences and the things that have happened to you before.
I'm going to pull up this comment by Mello here. Sorry to cover your face, Derek.
Yeah.
Your thoughts become your action become your reality. It's true. Very true.
Derek, you got any thoughts on that, man?
I mean, if you're gonna have a belief, I think it should be positive. Because, like, if you believe, like, say, in Slender Man or Yeti, and Yeti's bad, then you're gonna be scared to go into the woods. You know, or if you think like everyone's out to get you and everyone's talking about you, you know, you're gonna have that going on in your head, even though that's not even reality. That's just your reality that you're kind of stirring up yourself. You know, so I think it's equally as easy to think positive things and much healthier,
much healthier for everybody.
Definitely.
Into all of society. Yeah. It ripples.
Yeah. You know, like that.
And to your point, Nerdy, when these things happen to you over and over again, like, sorry.
I was just gonna say, you know, like the first impressions, you know, it's kind of a habit I think everyone has, you know, that sometimes we assume that, you know, maybe not the best when we meet someone. You know, we have reservations or whatever, we're cautious, like we're guarding ourselves. But I think it's just as easy not to be foolish, but to have trust and assume the best in others as well.
Yeah. We don't know what they're going through, kind of like we were talking about Wednesday.
Yeah, 100%.
It's
and just because people have lied to you in the past about Santa doesn't mean that, because it's again a false belief that you're building up. When people have lied to you over and over about Santa Claus, about the Easter Bunny, now you think everything else is going to be a lie after. And it's just, again, it's our own creation in our mind. We create those lies, and we have the ability to take that power back.
Yeah, absolutely.
I apologize for speaking over you boys, by the way. I think I'm like 3 or 4 seconds behind
y'all
for some reason.
There absolutely is, and we get it. You've been lagging a little bit tonight. But yeah, we create our own reality. So why not create something beautiful based on love and truth instead of fear and separation?
Somebody said that to me today. One of my buddies, actually Magic, if he's here in the chat, he said that the universe it will support you unconditionally. And if you want to go out and look for anger and hate and like all this evil, negative stuff in your life, then the universe will support you and it will give you exactly what you ask for.
You'll find it.
But the opposite's true too.
There's an infinite amount 100%. Of both.
If you look for the positivity and search and just do good things will come to you.
Yeah. Someone explained it to me in a way that, like, they said that there's an infinite amount of both, and you'll find what you're looking for, regardless of whichever one it is. Well, there's an infinite amount of good. Right. There's an infinite amount of bad. It's just,
well said.
I've
well said.
Just because what you see is negative doesn't mean it's. I don't know. I don't like to put labels on things because bad is just one person's struggle, another person's struggle, and they're just not handling it well that day.
Yes. Look how interesting to deal with this. It's an opportunity.
And every hardship is another chance to grow a little bit more. but I'm not looking for it.
Opportunity to learn, man.
I'm not looking for it, but when it presents
I
itself,
used to be that guy.
I'm here.
I said this on the show several times. Like I've grown up, matured a lot in life. I'm only 29 now. I have a long ways to go, but I used to be the type of guy to walk around and wish a motherfucker would just look for it. Like I wish somebody would just instigate me, filled with so much hate and anger and rage, and just wish somebody would just press me so I could just get that out. It's a horrible way to live, dude. It didn't take me very long at all to realize that this is just a negative way. Like I'm getting what I'm asking for. Like I'm getting in these confrontations and conflicts around every single corner rather than being the bigger person, being able to do what I was talking about on the last show, being able to line up my tone with my emotions and everything.
I
What you got here, buddy?
I just ate some Panda Express, and so
What does this say?
it says, "You will be rewarded for your patience and understanding." I thought that was a good one.
It's nice, dude.
It's yeah, be patient and try to understand.
Yeah, nothing changes and nothing changes. And what you've been doing hasn't been working. Try something positive. It's not that hard to switch things around and be like, you know what? Instead of being a dick, I'm just going to walk around and treat people with a good attitude, no matter how they treat me. It's a good practice, man. Unconditional gratitude. It's like, you know, this is an interesting situation that I'm finding myself in. This person's being rude to me, where I could just let my feelings and emotions flare out on them. I'm going to think about this and really figure out how to like deal with this situation maturely. It's very hard to do, dude. It takes a lot of practice. It's mental jujitsu.
You know, I don't have many enemies because I kill them with kindness. So-
That's good though, because I mean, if someone's being shitty, you don't want to lower your energy to match their energy.
right.
Going that way, and you're not,
Yeah.
so it's going to affect you a heck of a lot more. They'll beat you by experience, and it won't even bother them, but it's going to bother you for quite a while. So, I mean, I would not do that.
Mhm.
I used to do that too, like HB was saying, you know, like someone's being shitty, well, I'll be shitty back. No, not anymore, because it's working on me. It ain't really working on them, you know.
Throw
That
them
ain't
off.
me. I don't want
Throw them off.
that.
You know, blow them a kiss or something.
Kill them with kindness, man.
Yeah, someone flips
Kill
you
them
off
with
the
fucking
track,
kindness. Like, what are they going to do?
instead of
Yeah,
road
yeah.
rage, you're like, call me.
Let's see. We're looking at the chat here.
Yeah. Cheers. Thank you. I got it next to me. I just haven't pulled up. I think I'm gonna do some Minecraft here after the show if you guys want to join in.
Say that again.
Some Minecraft here after the show if you'd like to join in.
Oh, okay.
And anybody
know-
here as well.
I might. I very well might. It's been quite the week, and today, I don't know. I made some progress today. It was like one step forward, two steps back, and, you know, another two steps forward, and then, you know, it's one of those days. But yeah, I think I could play some Minecraft tonight.
I'm thinking about doing Game Island with Sulfur Cutes, making a bunch of different, you know, games, maybe like golf or ice hockey, things like that, where people can go over to like a little island outside of the church and go and play a bunch of different games. We'll see how it goes. I got
Why
big
not?
ideas. So
Why not? Oh, Ray Cook when it says when people flip me off, I shake my head. No.
yeah, did we just get Sammy P in the chat here?
Say who? Oh, Sammy P. Let me double check. I haven't noticed him yet. Let me see. But I was distracted for a bit. I do not see him. But it
I
is
think
only
next
20.
time someone flips me off, I'm gonna do that. I don't know her name. I just seen the meme that basketball girl. You know, she's pointing and she's like, you know what I'm talking about? She's I think Indiana. But it's a meme.
I do live under a rock. I I don't.
It was an on-court confrontation with another player, and they pulled the other player away, and she would like they were walking her away, and she was just pointing and like.
That's funny.
I thought it was pretty funny. That might work, but next time someone flips you off, just point blank.
Reminds me of the cat meme where she's like pointing across the table at him.
People get road rage around town. I live in a city. People try to get my attention when they think, when they're raging toward me or someone who tried to butt flip me off. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. Smile at them. And they're just on their way. Like, one time, this guy cut me off, and he was trying to get my attention, and I was like, you know what? I'm not letting this guy bother me. I'm like, whatever, dude. I'm just minding my own business. And he actually pulled up next to me, and he's like, hey, dude, I'm so sorry I cut you off. I'm like, you know what? Shit happens. That's all good. And he was a nice guy. He was a nice guy. But yeah.
Must have been from Canada.
Must have been from Canada, eh? Must have been. He knows what it's all about.
I'm sorry for cutting you off. No, I'm sorry for being in your way. Eh?
Right. Let's see.
Do we have your menu thing? Nope. That's all good.
Yeah,
We can just do it without it. You want to do mushroom?
Yeah, let's do a mushroom. I love guessing mushrooms.
Let's do a mushroom.
We find I would when I was
Again, I didn't put it up on the screen. Pardon me for that, but
looks like you've got a stinkhorn of some sort. It's the I forget what it's called. It's the edible one. It's like they cultivate it in Asia. It's the what's it called? I'm gonna look up the name. I know what it is, but I know it's a stinkhorn. Which is in the phallus. It's in the phallus genus.
I know, right?
Phallus duplicatus. Phallus duplicatus. The netted stinkhorn. No?
No. And again, this is not a state mushroom. This is just we're just doing mushrooms now.
Here's another one that looks like it.
Yeah,
Phallus indusiatus.
Yes, sir. It's correct.
Phallus
That's the one.
Indusiatus. And that one is
it's called the veiled lady mushroom.
The veiled lady, or the basket stinkhorn, or the bamboo mushroom. I know they cultivate it for the
veiled lady is what I got. So yeah.
And I think they take just the skirt and they will sell that separately because it's like medicinal. All mushrooms are medicinal, really. That one has its own unique properties, I believe, but they also use it in like soups and stuff.
Pretty cool.
Other stinkhorns,
nice.
You can catch them before they hatch from the egg, and they're still firm and like white on the inside, and they haven't exploded, and they don't stink with all the nasty goop and stuff. And you can cut them open, and you can eat them when they're still young, and they're kind of like a radish. Kind of radishy when they're baby.
Okay, I actually have a little bit about that. Let me read just a little bit about that. So the veiled lady is a striking fungus distinguished by a hollow stalk, a foul-smelling, spore-bearing slime cap, and a delicate net-like skirt that drops beneath it. Found in tropical environments across the globe, this rapid grower emerges from a subterranean egg, quote unquote, and can reach a total height of 25 centimeters. Other names is also known as bridal veil stinkhorn, bamboo mushroom, bamboo pith, long net stinkhorn, and crinoline stinkhorn. Spore dispersal. The mushroom cap is located in a pungent brownish green slime called the gluba. Users on Reddit agree that this rotting flesh-like odor is highly effective at attracting flies and bugs, which helps disperse the fungi spores. Its edibility and use, despite its terrible smell, the lacy skirt and stalk are edible and highly prized. It's commonly used as an ingredient in Chinese Hattu cuisine, often called bamboo pith, and has a long history of use in traditional medicine. Once it's burst from its egg, the entire fruiting body matures quickly and it is remarkably short-lived, usually collapsing with just in a few hours to a few days.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Stinkhorns are known for like being the egg state, and like it explodes into the full-on mushroom in like minutes. It's crazy. Or
Let me see if I can find a video of that.
Maybe even seconds. I'm not sure, but they kind of explode, and they've been known to like
Super
lift
cool.
up pavement sometimes, as well as some other mushrooms do that too. But like mushrooms are crazy. They're
Believe it or
strong.
not.
Yeah. So how's everybody doing in the chat tonight? Anybody got any big plans this weekend?
I'm supposed to go on a group ride tomorrow, but there's a good chance of rain, so that might not happen. I don't mind the rain, but this is going to be a couple 100 miles, I think.
Yep. That was a time lapse, but yeah, it's still pretty quick the way it blows up like that.
What a unique mushroom, dude. By the time it gets to that point, the flies are already over it. It's pretty cool.
Mike Barball is asking Derek, if you have fun on your trip, did you bike run? Good for you. You took your bike, right?
No, that the last trip I went on was I flew up to California and drove back, and now tomorrow it's just going to be a group ride a day, and then, but I think August 2nd I'm leaving for Sturgis, and that's going to be on the bike. That's going to be a whole bike ride there and back.
Yeah.
That'll be
Sturgis. Get my Tim Allen impression in there. Yeah, when I left the Springs today, it was raining pretty good. That got me excited. I'm like, mushrooms are coming. You got to get out there, get some mushrooms. I'm gonna be checking the maps and stuff tonight and seeing if I can find some good foraging tomorrow. I was gonna go to Bongathon,
back in my sky,
but my friend canceled. She's like, it's not worth it. It's kind of like a dead event. I'm not gonna go tomorrow. I was gonna give her a ride, but so no Bongathon for me. Instead, I'm honestly, I think I might try to go out and try to find some mushrooms. I'm desperate. I need to find some mushrooms. It's been so dry. Shroom Digger says you can.
Speaking of that, we can segue into.
Oh, I just think it's interesting. Shroom Digger said you can sprout the eggs at home. That's interesting. Honestly, that makes sense to me.
Nice. Pretty cool, dude.
I think we're caught up. Go ahead. Sorry, you were going to say.
But yeah, we can talk a little bit about DNA sequencing and about how you forage and iNaturalist and stuff like that, if you'd like. The same MP had this question, but we can just kind of do a little brief thing, and if you want, we can always come back and focus on it for like 20 or 30 minutes on an episode.
Sure. Well,
it's your preference.
Generally speaking, you never know what you're going to get when you go out foraging, especially for science and for DNA sequencing purposes. You just kind of wait for the weather to be right, and especially this year, you just got to wait for the right weather, or go where the water's at. Go to the riparian areas near the streams. That's where you find the mushrooms. But the best mushrooms are waiting for it to rain, and they will sprout within the next 1 to 2 days after it rains. There's an app called Precip, and the free version will let you see 48 hours into the past where the rain's been. So 1 to 2 days, perfect. You can go straight to the mushrooms. It's called Precip. So that's one way to find the mushrooms. But if you also got to make sure you're not on private land, you're not on a state park, and you're not on federal park, federal national park land. So no national parks, no state parks. Some local municipalities like Boulder, they do not allow. I'm my words aren't working, but you guys know what I mean. Some local areas do not allow you to forage in any parks at all, like Boulder. So you got to be careful. You got to be aware of the local, laws and regulations around foraging in your area specifically. But once you do find some mushrooms, you have to take very, very good care of them. Do not put them in plastic bags. You can use. I use a
Tag them.
A lot of us have these plastic containers like these. So if you find little itty bitty tiny mushrooms like mycene or something like that, I can customize the size of these. I can just put little slots in here, and I can put as many mushrooms as I want. I also have a smaller one that this one, if I shine a UV light on it, this whole thing will glow. But I have another one that's not reactive to my black lights because I go out to the UV forays. Also, if you sometimes mushrooms are full of moisture, they'll add a lot of condensation. I put some paper towels on top of mine right here to dry it out. Most people don't do that, but it's just something I started doing because I've had mushrooms mold before. So I don't get to them right away sometimes. So extra precautions.
Nerdy, does iNaturalist, or do you know of any other sites that will help people determine whether they're on land that they can forage on and collect?
The land specifically, if you want to look at who owns what property, there is a nice app that I was told about by Alan Rockefeller, and I was like, "What? You kidding me? It's the Polaris app. Like the 4x4, vehicles.
Polaris. Yep.
So that app, it's the free version of the app. You just pull up wherever you're at. And you can zoom in on the map, and it tells you exactly who owns the property. So this is a nice tip for Kim because she's always wondering where her property lines are for the Rocky Mountain Mush Fest. You can just pull up the Polaris app, and it says exactly. It has an exact square over her property lines. It's very, very accurate, and it's the Polaris app. That'll help keep you out of trouble. So
I'm fairly certain that thing works offline as well with your GPS, so you can use it to navigate too.
It helps to preload the map.
It shows trails and things.
Right, and it helps to preload, load it up before you go, so your map's already loaded up when you open it up, just in case you don't have service. Where was I going with this?
Mm-hmm.
So iNaturalist,
boundaries for getting on people's property.
So boundaries, right. So like I was saying, off limits is you got to check your local laws and regulations. And Shroom Digger, yes, OnX is really, really good, but I'm a cheap ass, and OnX does cost money. So I like to use a combination of a bunch of free apps. But OnX is it is the best of the best when it comes to these apps. It'll show you where the restrooms are. It'll show you where the free camping is at. Everything you want to know. OnX is probably one of the best apps. And this show.
The one that I use is called Gaia GPS.
Gaia. Okay.
Right. Yeah, that's why that's funny. Whenever I recorded my roughing with HP, that's what I said too. I was like, yeah, they're really good. They're not a sponsor though. But yeah, the Gaia GPS is the one that I use, and it shows you all the bathrooms and trails and stuff. I can't remember the name of it. I have the paper inside. I'm not going to grab it right now, but it's a Colorado specific one that shows you all the trails and bathrooms and everywhere like that. Whenever I went to Dead Man Tower, the guy that was up there actually let me in on this and gave me a paper for it. So I'll get you hooked up with this. It's Colorado specific. So if you guys are in the Colorado area, I can get that for you if you want.
So national parks off limits, state parks off limits. No matter what, do not pick mushrooms in national parks or state parks. But definitely download the iNaturalist app. Take pictures if you're in a national park or a state park. Still document what you have. People like me can still see, and we can still help you we can still kind of figure out what's there, even if we can't get DNA sequencing for it. But if you aren't in a national park or a state park and you're on private property and the landowners okay with you being there, or if you're in a national forest is okay. And that's usually where I go. I like to go to national forest or BLM land. National Forest Service is always okay. But if you're not allowed to sell the mushrooms, but you are allowed to collect them for personal use and for scientific purposes. So if you're going to be collecting mushrooms just to send them in for DNA sequence, it's totally allowed. But take really, really good pictures with iNaturalist. I like to take pictures with my camera app on my phone when I'm there. It's going to have a GPS coordinates. I think most of us have it active by default. If you don't have it active, it's really, really helpful to have the GPS coordinates on your pictures, because when you upload them to iNaturalist, it'll automatically upload your GPS coordinates and it tells you where it's at and it shows it on the map. And it's really, really helpful information for field mycologists like myself. Also, so iNaturalist, make sure you take a picture of, if you were like, be very, very far away from the mushrooms, get a picture of the entire scene. It's called the in situ picture. Then get a close-up picture of the top, a close-up picture of the bottom as best you can. I have a foraging knife, and I often use that to, there it is. I got a foraging knife that, think of it as like a butter knife. I'm just using a butter knife like a kindergartner, and I'm digging up underneath my mushroom. So imagine the stipe is right here. I try to get next to the mushroom and I try to wedge underneath it and then pull it and then pop it out. So I'm trying to not damage the stipe, and I'm trying not to cut or break the very, very bottom of the mushroom. And some mushrooms go very, very deep underground. So it's helpful to get really, really deep under your mushroom and just kind of dig out a chunk and then just kind of put the dirt back when you're done. But once you get the mushroom out of the ground, get a really, really good picture of the gills, get a really, really good picture of the stipe, get a good picture of every aspect of the mushroom that you can possibly think of. If you have chemicals like put a little drop on it, take a picture of that. What color did it change? Note what it tastes like. If you're brave enough, you can taste any mushroom, just spit it out, do not swallow. Note what it smells like. Certain mushrooms, it helps to note how far apart are the gills, and are they notched? Are they serrated looking? Are they connected to the stipe? Or are they not connected to the stipe? A good picture will show us all of that stuff. So you don't really need to say it in your descriptions. Just take good pictures. But most importantly, when you're taking those mushrooms out of the woods and you're taking it back home, put them in a container like this, to where, if I just put it in my backpack, to where they don't get jostled around. Any mushrooms I put in here, they pretty much make it home safe. And any of the bigger mushrooms, I put them inside of brown paper bags. I get these from the dollar store. But yeah, I've got like everything on my bag here. Bear spray, you name it. It's all connected to my bag. It's just ready to go. But when you dry your mushrooms as soon as possible. Alan Rockefeller likes to throw his mushrooms on his dashboard in his car, and they dry out just fine. But I like to use a dehydrator, try to keep the temperature below 150 to try to preserve as much of the DNA and genetics as possible. But I send my mushrooms into Mycota, mycota.com. I'm going to find the website and then send it to you guys. And in certain states right now, like Colorado, if you have a specimen and you send it to them, they will DNA sequence it for free for you. And they will upload the results to your iNaturalist listing.
Before you get too far, though, they should follow you on iNaturalist, either on Dimitri Wood or Nerd Nature, right?
Dimitri Wood or the Colorado Myco League.
Okay.
The image is the Colorado Myco League logo. I'm just trying to give the nonprofit as much credibility as possible through my hard work. And I've been getting noticed by famous mycologists like Dr. Amy Honan and James Chillane from the Springs. They were doing talks recently, both for the Pikes Peak Mycological Society and for the Colorado Mycological Society, and they both name dropped me during their presentations. And I'm like, oh, that's so cool. These guys, because of my iNaturalist listings, they actually were able to bring up some of my pictures I took and like, this is a really, really rare mushroom. Go out and find more. And I'm like, okay, mission accepted. Thank you. Let's go. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. So
Nice.
the interesting thing is the one of the mushrooms that James Chillane was telling me to go out and find. It was where we were having Rocky Mountain Mush Fest this year. It was just so freaking dry. There was no chance of it finding anything. But whatever. Rain's coming. Rain's here. We'll see. I'll find some mushrooms this weekend. We'll see. I'm not giving
Shake
up.
that tube that you got.
How's it going, Sharon? Good to see you.
Nerdy,
Yeah.
where'd you buy that container? I bought similar ones at Harbor Freight. Is that similar to that, or is that a little different? Because you said with the light it changes.
Well, this one's an old
You can
one.
get them
I
in
don't
probably
remember.
the fishing section at Walmart or something like that. The ones that I have are Plano. They're like fishing for tackle boxes
Fishing
and stuff
ones
like that.
at Walmart. That is exactly what I would have said. But the one that I have that does not react to the black light, I think I got it from Daiso. It's this Japanese dollar store.
Okay.
It's really cool. It's a nice store. I'm such a nerd for that stuff. I really am. But they had these
That
smaller.
shiznit.
They had a smaller container like that, and I'm like, I only ever have like 5 or 6 of the little tiny mushrooms, so I don't need the big container like that. So
Yeah.
size down, and it's not something nicer for the UV forays. And the UV forays, most of the mushrooms
Yeah, I have some
aren't
for
little.
gyms too.
Most of them are about this big, so I'm putting them in a brown paper bag anyways. Most of the ones you find on a UV foray are russulas or russulas. And there's like 10 different ways to pronounce this mushroom. Russulas and Cortinarius mushrooms, they tend to glow in the black light the most. That's usually what we find when we're out. But you just got to get enough. You just got to get enough rain.
But yeah, what we could do, if you guys put it in the chat, if you guys want us to do an episode on this, we can really break this down and get into details, throw up some links and some slides on how the process works with bagging it and tagging it and all that. Nerdy actually did a presentation of this in person in Fort Collins. So
I actually have a presentation that I could just upload, and we can do an episode on it if you want. But in that presentation, I have a bunch of
people
pictures.
are interested for sure.
A bunch of pictures from my iNaturalist finds from last year. This year, I haven't really uploaded anything just because it's just been so scarce. It's just
Right.
a lot of lab, a lot of planning, camping, stuff like that. Just hoping. Looking forward to hoping for
Nice.
Telluride.
We gotta get you up here to northern Fort Collins to look for some crystals and stuff. I got a hot spot, dude. I found where a vein runs right underneath a dirt road from one side to the other. It pops out from the side of a embankment and it comes out on the other side. I was able to find it all the way through the road. So we gotta go check it out one day. Get some hammers out there on it. Can't use shovels, I guess we can use shovels. So yeah, anything that's like pickaxes, pans, sifters, like you were talking about, we're allowed to use. It's an open claim. So yeah, just not allowed to like bring equipment in or anything, essentially.
Right. No sluices and stuff. I think there's like some sluices are okay, but other ones aren't. Like electronic ones aren't, but like you know, the ones you can just put the small hand ones I think are okay for the most part. I think it just depends on where you're at.
Yeah, I imagine we could fill up a couple 5-gallon buckets full of crystals right there, man. No kidding. There's so many crystals there, it's stupid.
That'd be cool.
I filled up a half a book bag full of rocks. I just couldn't. It was too much for me to carry. You know, I rode my e-bike out there, so I was like, you know, we need to reevaluate this.
and crystals are heavy. They're way heavier than regular rocks too.
Yeah, because some of them were like in the rocks. Let me see. I'll grab one for you real fast right here. Looking at it earlier, it's actually a pretty nice piece. Like I mentioned to you, I have some pieces that are probably good for
I've been getting a lot
Making
of
necklaces
requests
out of, like you made.
for more of these. I need to start
This is a
making
pretty
more
nice
of these.
piece right
for
here. I
sure.
have a couple like this stuff.
I've been getting a lot more requests lately for the
See, this is
the pie stones. That's a nice one. That could make a slab. That's
yeah.
some that's
It's
got
got
like some
tons of
agate.
crystals all in it right here.
That almost looks like agate to me. No, that's actually some like
I can see
terminated
that's like
quartz and stuff. Yeah,
this piece of quartz right there. Yep.
that's a nice bookend.
And then I have this. I forget. I said it to you earlier, but I forget the name of it. But it's a type of granite where the quartz like comes through like this, creates this crazy effect. So I figured maybe we could slab this thing up, cut it into slabs, and make some necklaces out of it. It's plenty big enough.
You said it was called graphic granite.
Graphic granite. That's what it's called, buddy. Yep.
Neat.
So yeah, I got tons of these like this. I'm telling you, there's so much of this crystal there, and the crystals themselves too. Like in this rock, there was huge chunks of it. I'm like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to get to this back. But I got it all marked on my map on GPS, so I know exactly where it is. Yeah, you want to make a day and come up and hang out? We'll look for some gems, dude. We'll find them.
What's that, Derek?
Are you
Come
gonna break
again?
that up with a hammer? HP? Are you gonna break that big one up?
I broke
with the,
one
the
today,
crystal?
and it didn't have anything in it, so I'm scared to break the really nice ones. But there are some that I still have that I'm thinking about breaking them open. Yeah, I broke one open today, and I was like, it would have been better if I just left it the way it was. So I was kind of disappointed, but I'm like, it's worth the gamble, right? Because it might be something good inside of it. But yeah,
You did
I
not
got a
know
couple
it.
more on my try.
Yeah.
Busted one open today, and it was just really nothing. So yeah.
Yeah, I definitely need to get some more.
But this one's
mushroom
really
hunting
nice.
Footage. Shroom Digger says, "Love a shroom foraging show." I just been so, I would have
We could do that.
I've been dying to get some
We could definitely do
mushroom
that.
hunting footage because there's just no mushroom hunting. At the camping trip that you were at, HB, we got some footage, but I haven't seen it yet. We did find
Okay.
some stuff, it's just very, 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 very little. How's it going? How's it going, MVP? He's always talking about.
Cheers,
how
everyone. We're about to get out of here in just a couple minutes. But yeah, I'll take some photos and videos up here in northern Colorado too. I got a couple places that I know have water. If they don't have mushrooms after this rain, I'll be really surprised. Appreciate all y'all being here. Y'all make sure to support the channel by going to our website, mysticjourneyschurch.org, and signing up for a membership. Appreciate everybody who does support. Appreciate everyone being here. Make sure you're practicing the agreements, be impeccable with your word. Don't take things personally. Don't have expectations or make assumptions. Always do your best and be skeptical and learn to listen.
Speaking of, signing up for membership, I was just having a random I was having a conversation with some mutual friends of a friend today during lunch, and we were just talking about how I do the show 3 nights a week, and I was like, "What's it called again?" And look it up, and they're like, "I just signed up." And I was like, "Oh, thank you." That's
Nice.
So awesome.
Cheers if y'all are here.
Fantastic.
Thank y'all for joining.
Oh man, just keep doing good. Keep doing good in the world, and people will notice. That's what it comes down to.
Nice.
And be there for your friends. It's important.
Reach out. You never know what people are going through. All you gotta do is reach out. Say, hey man, I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
The best we talk about it so much that now is the time, especially we're giving this advice on foraging. Grab a friend and go forward. Go to the woods.
Yeah. Get a good dose of nature. I tell you what.
I've had a lot of
I mean,
rain.
you never
this
know what you
weekend.
might find. You might actually contribute something to science.
You got a bunch of rain.
We've had a lot of rain here, so this weekend I'll walk my property and take as many pictures of different mushrooms as I can, and I'll share them with you on Monday Nerdy.
Yes.
Nice, dude.
Power my mushroom addiction.
We're enabling.
You're enabling me. Oh my god.
And Dirty gave me this great idea about marking it on your map. There's a GPS. I don't know if it's Polaris does this, but the Gaia GPS app that I use does this, where you can actually mark a pinpoint location of and put a little note and say, "This is the mushroom I found." Or better yet, what I like to do with the paper bags is I'll number them. I'll say the date that I was on there, and obviously when you save it, it saves the date, and then mushroom number 1. So I follow my trail. It's already marking my trail in the GPS where I've been, and then I'll be able to go look back at my bags, and they're all labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'll be like, okay, I started my trail right here. This is my first mark. This is where I found my first mushroom. This is where I found my second mushroom, so on and so forth.
You can also ask me, and I can give you a really handy dandy little field data collection form. I'm missing an M on the form. But you can fill in all the little blanks, like, make sure you take all the right pictures and have your best guess for what you think it is. What substrate was it growing on? What trees were nearby? What's it smell like? What's it taste like? What's the habitat? Was there only one? Was there a cluster? Is it growing in a fairy ring? You just write all that stuff down. Longitude, latitude, and if you're with somebody, you can give them credit. That's one of the reasons why I put this on here, because if I'm often with people and they find mushrooms, like, here, you send this in for me, and I'm like, all right. So in my iNaturalist listing, it gives me an opportunity to give people credit. But yeah, if you want a copy of these, I print these out on my thermal printer, so it's practically free. But I can send you the file if anybody's interested.
Freaking sweet, dude.
I need to add the M so before I send it, though. So that's one of the things I do. Also, like HB was saying, when I didn't have these, or if I don't have these on me, I will just, when you're taking pictures of the mushrooms, obviously it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in your camera roll. So when you're putting them in your brown paper bags, you just label your brown paper bags 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It lines up. It's hard to forget which mushroom is what. And in your pictures, you see what mushroom, what tree it's growing.
And some people's cameras, if not everyone.
GPS, right?
Yeah, some people's cameras, if not everybody's, will actually mark where you were on the GPS coordinates whenever you take the picture.
Mine does, and the nice thing about iNaturalist is you can. So I take the pictures with my camera app, and then I wait till I get home and I'm on Wi-Fi. Then I upload each of the groups of pictures, and it knows where it was at, so it just pinpoints it on the map for me. It's all most of it is automated. And then all you got to do is just say, this is a mushroom. And then some nerd like me will come around and say what they think it really is. And the more nerds like me that come in, it'll get research grade status if you get at least 3 of us to agree. Usually about 3 of us. If we're disagreeing, it'll take more. But usually just 3. But iNaturalist is game-changing for me. It's helping me realize what really is here in Colorado, especially with the DNA sequencing attached to it, because I can do custom filtered searches that aren't actually built into the website, and I can just type it into the address bar. Like, I want to search for only mushrooms that they've actually put the DNA sequences on the actual listing. I can see only those and only those that are in Colorado. And I'm like, then I want to narrow it down to just the genus or just the species. And I'm like, I want to know how many of this specific species has been found in Colorado and been DNA sequenced on iNaturalist. None? Okay, then I can start questioning whether it actually exists or not. There's been a few false flags about like mushrooms that have been DNA sequenced. It's just so closely related to another one that it kind of like, the original specimen that they were comparing it to was probably mislabeled or something like that. Like a good example was here in Colorado, we have Amanita Gesue. Amanita muscaria Gesue. No. Flavivolvata. We have Flavivolvata here. So we have Amanita muscaria Flavivolvata. And on iNaturalist, I found one DNA sequenced Amanita muscaria Gesue. Gesue is the yellowish version of the Amanita muscaria. And everybody's like says, it does not grow here in Colorado. I'm like, okay, but there's a DNA sequenced one right there. So I keep pointing it to it and telling everybody, especially, like I told Dr. Amy Honan this, and I told James Chalene this. And I was like, well, there's a DNA sequenced one. And Since I told them about this, I saw both of them chime in on this iNaturalist listing saying, this is probably wrong. It was probably being compared to a mislabeled specimen like that's in the data bank. And the pictures of the on iNaturalist of this mushroom that was sent in, they were so young you couldn't see any of the color, that like none of the spots had broken apart yet, so you could see none of the color of this of the cap. So you can't see if it's yellow or red. So maybe someone might get lucky someday and find Guessaway in Colorado, but right now it doesn't seem like it. But I was doubting it for a while. And, you know, the experts chimed in, and it seems like their DNA might have been wrong. But for good reasons. Now they correct it, and in the future, it doesn't happen again. Let's see here.
For sure.
Thermal printer. What the hell is a thermal printer? Rollo. It's a Rollo printer. So, let's see if I can pull it out over here. It's like that. It's for printing labels. It's dusty. But yeah, it's stickers. It's like, you know, just it's for printing. Like shipping labels are free for me. UPS sends me these labels that I can print on my printer here. The printer is like $200, but the labels are free and there's no ink. So it uses heat to basically it's black and white only, just black, white, no gray, nothing in between. So it's good. It's good at doing barcodes and address labels, things like that. But I get creative and I do things like this. You know, it's black and white. You can do a lot with that. I also do like sacrament bottle labels, or I label everything with this thing. This thing it saved me so much money. And when I requested the labels from UPS, they sent me a big box, and I've been using this same box of labels for probably the past 5 years, and I'm only like halfway through it. It's insane, but free. Well, $200 for like the printer itself, but like, you know, it's every time I use one of these labels, it's costing me nothing. So when I'm using shipping applications like Pirate Ship, I really am saving that extra money because I just print it out of my thermal and just slap it on the box and it's good to go. But that's why I have it, because I used to sell stuff on eBay and all my toys and stuff. All right. Other questions. Let's see what else we got here. MVP says it's when the printer catches fire. Let's see. Location thing on the phone, creepy. Yeah. If you turn it off, it's no big deal. You can just, if you want people to know where your mushrooms are on iNaturalist, and if you have your GPS turned off, or the, you know, longitude, latitude, you can actually just pinpoint it on a map. It's real. Still, you can still, you know, tell people where your mushrooms were. It's really is helpful for science. But if it's your secret morel patch, there's a setting in iNaturalist where you can obscure the location and no one will know, unless specific people. You can actually whitelist certain people to see your secret locations, which I think is kind of cool. Okay.
Yeah. We can always do a new episode on it, full episode on it, breakdown.
Yeah, we could always do an episode on that. Or honestly, I'm always open for anybody has ideas in the chat. Please just let me know. Mushroom topics. I love talking mushrooms, and I know a lot about a very diverse topics. I'm connected to a lot of interesting, really cool mycologists all over Colorado too. Yeah, ask away.
I definitely like the suggestion for doing some more mushroom foraging videos.
I think mushroom foraging videos they won't be live, but I'm definitely going to be recording more.
Especially where I am, I have no service when I'm out in the woods.
Most importantly, I need somebody to remember to record when I'm out and about. We always forget. We get so excited and we all crowd around the mushroom and start listening to all like what it's all about and stuff. And I'm like, no, I need some marketing pictures to show off what I do.
Pretty cool.
Like, for example, like when you sign up for Telluride Mushroom Festival and you're going to be a 4A lead, they like to create a little flyer with your picture on it and stuff like that and information all about you. And I'm like, I don't have any pictures of myself. I just don't care about pictures of myself. I'm like, I'm more excited about the mushrooms every time. But there is a picture out there that I am kind of proud of. It was from a long time ago. It's just me standing there out in the middle of the woods with two gigantic bolete mushrooms. Both of them were about like this big each, and just like big old grin. I think I was wearing like some sort of Spider-Man shirt or something like that, just a nerd. But I got to find that picture, and I'll have to share it in chat or something like that, or I'll start using it for some of my profile pictures. I do like the one that I currently use, the one where I'm wearing that. I'm out. That picture that I currently use everywhere, where I'm wearing that nerdy like mushroom shirt that's like a button up. It's like the big blue sky and the mountains behind me. That is like at Lost Creek. So you go past. You actually have to hike way past the cabins and then up further. It's most of the way to the Shaft House. So anyone that's been there, you kind of know where I'm talking about. It's cavey, but it's not caves. And beautiful views, and we always get pictures up there. I love that place. That place is church to me. Lost Creek Wilderness. It refuels my soul. And
I ran away.
I was
going to show you the little chipmunks.
Super emotional whenever I go there too.
They're like right here, like 3 or 4 feet away from you, just running around. It's little chipmunks. Alvin and the gang.
Yeah, make Barball. I want a thermal printer. Something I used to do for my daughter is I used to print out like coloring book pages on them. So then you color it and you cut it out and you got yourself a sticker. And I used to do like a lot of really crazy stuff. Like I just find random characters and stuff and do Domo-kun and things like that. Nobody knows what Domo-kun is. That's okay.
Good movies. Nah, no, I'm not doing a tour right now. But I have some videos of around the town, especially whenever I went on that hike and things like that. So yeah, some gruffing with HB episodes is coming, but yeah, we'll do some forage and stuff too. I like that. So I'll show you around. Not right now. It's getting pretty dark though. I think we better wrap this thing up in just a minute. I'm gonna lose light out here.
Domo-kun, right there. It's that guy. You don't know who Domo-kun is? Get out of here. Oh man, it's like Hello Kitty for boys. In my brain, it's like Hello Kitty for boys. He's like a Sasquatch, kind of. Anybody? No. Domo-kun.
Seen
Love
him.
him.
I don't know his name.
Love him.
I've seen this before.
He was a Japanese TV station mascot. So like between TV shows and stuff, they'd have little skits with him and the other characters. And he's the only one that doesn't talk. Everybody else I think talks. But very, very cute character. I love it. It's adorable. It's like you kind of feel guilty about like, oh, Hello Kitty or My Little Pony. I'm like, nah, keep it. I got my Domo-kun. Sanum says, I want a Candy 3D printer. Heck yes. I would love a Candy 3D printer. That would be so cool.
I probably have it.
I would get so creative with that thing, man. I wonder what kind of materials you can print with, like gummy or hard candy. Probably hard candy is very similar to plastic. You just heat it and then it melts and then it goes into shape. But I've
Maybe
seen
not in our lifetime, but maybe our children's lifetime. Just load the thing up with
Jolly
sugar
Ranchers.
and chocolate and just different ingredients. Then you can hit if you want, Muddy Bears or whatever, and boom, instant. That'd be
It's like
pretty
a
awesome.
replicator, like from Star Trek.
Or a bread maker. You know what I mean? But it's like you put the ingredients in, and then you can choose different things. And then have it whipped up right at home.
This could be some really
Very
cool next level Dr. Dreadful shit, right? Stuff,
Yeah.
I used to love Dr. Dreadful. That's definitely making me think of Dr. Dreadful. I could do really, really fun stuff with that. Yeah. What the piggy? What piggy? I must have a pig over here. Not right now. I need to reorganize myself. Oh. I do have a few new additions that I don't know if you guys have seen on my shelf up here. I'm always changing things up. It's fun. My flamingo. Flamingo back. Gave one to Chris Finchie on Wednesday. Helped cheer him up. He's really into flamingos. His nickname is the Myco Mingo, so he's like a mushroom, flamingo or something like that. But he's got like flamingo tattoos and stuff like that. He's really into it. So I've been randomly gifting him little flamingos. That was one of the assignments this week, by the way. It was there's random acts of generosity. I did it. I did it. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but it was small gift, big smile, as they say at Sanrio. Well, guys, it's been a fun night. How you feeling? Felted candy. I don't know. Cotton candy maker is, sorry, I know we were about to go, but like cotton candy maker, you can do some cool stuff with that. You can do some really cool stuff with the cotton candy maker. You can put a lot of different candies inside of a cotton candy maker, and it'll just melt it and just whip it right up.
Yeah, there's a guy on YouTube who does it.
Mm-hmm.
Puts all sorts of candy in there, see if it'll make your cotton candy.
He does.
Yeah.
The guy that does he makes the cotton candy look like flowers like that, planets, and
he's the crazy
that's
hair.
Really awesome. Yeah.
I love that guy. I love his facial expressions. He's what's the word? He's very, very
animated.
He's like dry, like the opposite of animated. He's like very. He looks like he's obviously playing a role. He's just got the serious face this whole time. He's never. I don't know. I like him. I find him endearing, like Joe Pera almost. But he's just like a wholesome character, like Puddle's Pity Party. I'm like, I can't help but love this guy because it just makes me smile. Oh, Puddle's Pity Party. Yes. All right.
Cheers, Sammy. Cheers, everyone. Cheers, Mike. We're gonna go hang out in Discord, play some Minecraft. If you guys want to join us over there?
Yeah, let's do that.
Appreciate everybody. Thank you for being here.
Derek's tired. See, he needs.
And then, one more thing before we do get out of here. I want to just mention it's a Red Feather Lakes Mushroom Meetup. It'll be August 22nd at the Red Feather Lakes Community Park. Reach out to us to get information on this. And I hope to see everybody there. It's free to attend. If you're in the Northern Colorado area, come up here and see us for our first Mystic Journeys in-person meetup.
Sam Posick. Rewind. I answered some of your questions that you had in Discord about DNA sequencing, stuff like that. If I didn't answer your questions thoroughly, just reach back out to me and I'll try to fill in the gaps. Happy to help.
Cheers. Yeah, thank you. Hopefully we answered all your questions. And like we mentioned, we can do a full episode on this. Nobody actually has a slide. We can break it down if you want.
Yeah.
But thank you all for being here, and thank you all for practicing. Remember what we read about in the 5 agreements. Night and be safe.
Later, guys.
Bye, y'all.
We stepping slow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word, don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see, we begin where we are. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. 4 agreements, 4 bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. Out past the cedar line we kneel where the chanterelles hide. Bitter greens and rosemary, moon white stems in soil and pine. Someone names the healing leaf, someone knows the mushroom sign. Someone tells a grand old tale, and we pass it down in time. Don't assume the wound is yours, don't invent the cloud. Speak with care and listen deep, let the circle be proud. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. 4 agreements, 4 bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. And if the week has worn us thin, we bring it to the table. Soup and stories, cracked out laughs, the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom